All right, good morning, everyone. Mad Hatter Nation, it's Friday, 12/19/2025. How you doing? How you doing? Good morning, everybody. Hopefully if you didn't stay up and watch the game last night, then maybe you are just waking up, or maybe I'm breaking the news to you. But oh boy, you guys know that here in Mad Hatter Nation, one of the bigger lakes that we like to go and splash in is the Lake of Schadenfreude. That's where, we enjoy taking a little bit of enjoyment out of watching our enemies fail. Rams Seahawks on Thursday Night Football. What we learned from Seattle, the Sea Chickens pulling off an epic 38-37 come from behind win. When I checked in on the game, I was like, oh boy, oh boy, oh. And now, look, Sea Chickens fans, Sam Darnold, any member of the Seattle Seahawks organization that feels so inclined to go ahead and peruse my Twitter profile, I think that you guys owe me a big thank you. I jokingly compared Sam Darnold in December to Candace Owens, and after I made that joke, Sam Darnold seemed to have turned it on and figured out how to come from behind. So you are welcome, Seattle fans. You are welcome, NFL, for my tweet breaking the Sam Darnold green helmet I'm seeing ghost curses. He has thrown 6 interceptions in 2 games against the Rams in his tenure in Seattle. That is not so good. But they were able to turn it around. There are a couple of reasons why. Let's be honest. Let's call it like we sees it, guys. Absolutely hilarious to watch Rams fans just try to justify how they got screwed Thursday night by the refs, which they totally did. Okay, if we're going to call it like we see it, yeah, the refs are hot garbage, and that is on a good day. They are straight dog feces on a bad day. And last night, well, that 2-point conversion, yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. But you know what, Rams? Look here. At the very least, okay, that 2-point conversion was infinitely more a touchdown catch than Colby Parkinson would ever have made, because in the very least, the ball did cross the goal line, and it was then in full possession of a Seattle Sea Chickens player. So technically, it was a lot more of a touchdown than that a 2-point conversion that Colby Parkinson touchdown ever would have been. So honestly, Rams fans, considering you already pretty much just bandwagon jumping demonic shit stains on the NFL, and your city is a dumpster fire, it should be no surprise to you at all that karma train came right back around and didn't even spit on that fucker before it just drove it all the way up your ass. And you deserve it, because I've watched your fandom these past 4 days from Sunday until Thursday. I've watched the LA Rams fandom make absolute buffoons of themselves. What a horrible fan base. What a horrible, toxic, plastic, fake fan base. They're all just Kelly Staffords is what they are. It's disgusting. If you call yourself a Rams fan, you better take a long, hard look in the mirror and realize that there are 31 other teams, and I'm being very open about this. I would rather people go and be a fucking Bears fan or a Packers fan over being just a shit weasel of a person. To be a Rams fan, you are poop. That's about it. You're basically like you are however tall you are. Private pile, you're 6 foot tall. I didn't know they piled shit that high, bro. Like, that's all Rams fans are. You're bandwagon jumping assholes, okay, who then stood there for 4 days, 10 toes down on business, and told the Lions fandom that we are crazy crybabies. You tried to gaslight us, okay, and now here I am, at the very least, admitting that you guys did get screwed by the refs on that 2-point conversion. But in the same token, I'm going to take a big ol' inhale and go, you fucking deserve it. You deserve every bit of karmic justice coming your way, you dirty, greasy fuckheads. On top of that, I don't know what you all were expecting to have anything go your way when NFL star Puka Nacua rips refs for a second time this week in sourpuss following the overtime loss. Puka Nacua has been a one-man blitzkrieg, we'll say, on the NFL officiating. He's calling them out left and right, and I absolutely love some of the things that he says. But look, the reality is just this past week, Puka Nacua went on Aiden Ross, okay, and good on him, but went on Aiden Ross's live stream and maybe alluded to possibly doing a touchdown celebration dance that at the time he didn't know was quote-unquote anti-Semitic. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you guys. That term is the new racist, the new fascist, the new insult, the new, fresh off the press, got my upgraded talking points. That's anti-Semitic. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you guys. If you disagree with a Jew on your favorite flavor of ice cream, you're an anti-Semite. So there's not a whole hell of a lot of water to be weighed or put into that, not a lot of weight behind it. However, if we're going to go down the Groyper conspiracy theory, obviously, if you make these statements on a live stream, even though you walked it back, the NFL has publicly ripped you and they're going to fine you for both of these interactions. I highly doubt that we know that Vegas has a tremendous amount of pull in the NFL because there's a billion-dollar industry that they are slowly corrupting with their dollary dues. I don't think they're going to allow the team who has a blatant anti-Semite as their star wide receiver dropping 45 points on a fantasy game. I don't think they're going to allow them any wiggle room at all. You had your chance. All you had to do. Look, LA Rams fans, right here, sobering conversation. All Puka Nacua had to do was just shut the fuck up, sit there with his thumb in his ass, and the NFL was going to carry the water for you all the way to the Super Bowl. But could you? No, because you're dumb. Because you're dumb, and you deserve, LA Rams fans deserve Puka Nacua, and Puka Nacua deserves LA Rams fans because you guys are too fucking stupid to see the script right in front of your face. Oh my Lord, you bumbling fucking morons. It must be something with the air or the water or the sunshine out there has cooked what few brain cells those dipshits have left out there because they honestly thought that Colby Parkinson scored an actual touchdown. And then they thought that there was no world where the NFL might not give them a little bit of leeway after their big-time wide receiver star came out and made some less than ideal comments about a certain group of people over in another country over in the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? It's just not really. All you had to do was sit down, shut up. Matt Stafford probably told you, sit down, shut up, and you went, I know more than you. And he went, okay, thank you for costing me the easiest yellow brick road paved to the Super Bowl. I was staring at down the barrel of an MVP status. I was going to end up winning a Super Bowl, and I was going to get my Hall of Fame first ballot bid locked and loaded. But Puka Nacua, you had to go and shoot your fucking mouth off. And now we don't have yellow brick road to skip on down along. So good on Puka Nacua for kind of screwing that up. And I honestly didn't think that those Sea Chickens were going to be able to come back from behind from where I think it was like 14-31, something like that. So monumental lifting by the Seattle Sea Chickens right there to be able to pull that off. But there is the question, especially with that 2-point conversion call. That's a bad call. I don't like that call. I don't like that call. Not a very good call. You know what I'm saying? You guys remember that song? Do you guys remember LT's I don't like that call rap? It was a bad call, but sucks to be the Rams. All I keep thinking, and I've been tweeting about it all morning. Well, not all morning, but like last night, this morning. I just can't stop thinking, damn, karma's a bitch, yo. Karma is an absolute bitch. All right, guys. So then we're going to go ahead and talk about some 313 news, what the Steelers are saying about the Lions. Tim 20man has a brief article we will skim by. And since we are getting to the back end of the season, we have been kind of teasing. I've been showing a little skin, rolling my pant leg up and showing a little bit of ankle about the future of the Detroit Lions and who's going to be here. But I figure we can go ahead and give you a little bit of knee now. Going to go ahead and roll that pant leg up all the way to the knee. Look at me. I'm being doused is a dirty slut. 7 Lions who could be playing their final game at Ford Field on Sunday. It is our home finale against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And there are some names on the list. And honestly, guys, I think we all know who a lot of them are. There's your boy right there for the face of it, the top dog on the list. But there are some names. We'll skim through this. There's just not a lot of reason to keep some of these guys around. Some of them, might be willing to just take the long walk into the sunset. You know what I'm saying? And then because this week has been such a negative, sobering kick in the dick Sunday out in L.A., and then, not for nothing, we all seen what we seen Sunday against the Rams, right? We all seen it with our lion eyes, okay? And we all know that wasn't a touchdown. But doesn't it just kind of suck? Doesn't it just kind of suck to then see after the NFL has had so many high-profile bad calls that then on Thursday night, when you have this game that has such big playoff implications, a possible one seed up for grabs, division title up for grabs, more or less, back end of the season, all this narration, and they just botch such an absolutely terrible, egregious call on prime time price, prime time product, prime time on Prime. And that's the call you get. One might start to think that maybe the refs don't like their job anymore. Maybe they're doing it on purpose. Maybe they are deliberately shooting themselves in both feet so that they can just forfeit the contract over to the clankers. Maybe it's all on purpose, man. I mean, not for nothing, there's only so much hate a motherfucker can take. And the NFL referees, probably one of the most despised group of human beings in the country. Dare I say, we could probably unite the left and the right under their mutual distrust and disdain for NFL officiating. There you go. Make America great again and get the refs to a higher standard. But since it's been such a negative week, I wanted to end on a little bit of a high note, a little bit of an uplifting note. Mr. Detroit City, please plug your ears for this one, my guy. Jameson Williams shining off the field and on it in Detroit. Quote, "I just want to make kids happy and be a light to some who need it." And look at J-Mo. Look at J-Mo. Oh, the maturity. You love it. Yet, is it weird that I get a little sense of pride in watching the evolution and maturity of Jameson Williams? I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm about to buy a J-Mo jersey. Is Jameson Williams slowly passing Amon-Ra in my book as far as like my fandom? I'm starting to think I'm turning. I'm gonna be honest. Hat and Boob straight called me out on it straight out. I said last week, I was like, babe, I think I'm becoming a Jameson Williams fan. And she goes, yeah, you've been a J-Mo fan for a while now. I was like, shit. But look, I just want to shine some light, some good, bring some uplifting motivation to you guys. It is the season of Advent, and we are staring down the barrel of a 45 of Christmas. And why not just a little bit of joy in our lives, talk about some good that J-Mo is doing out in the community. You love to see it, and especially now that he got his bag. After he got his bag, dude is just like out there giving back and not doing it in that hood, thuggery way. He's out here doing actual good, the actual right way. And look, I'm going to be very honest with you. If Jameson Williams' career trajectory, both in production on the field and his investment in the community off the field, I think we are seeing the next, maybe not this next year, but in the next couple of years, the next Detroit Lions representative for the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. I just keep seeing story after story after story of Jameson Williams out in the community. Yes, there was the gun thing last year, but the videos, Tom Waymo guy, he's buying people food, in this story, there's a lot that he has done, and it's just a really good thing. And I'm just proud of the guy. I'm just proud of the guy for the development that he's shown on the field and the maturity that he's shown off the field. And I think that considering I was a little harsh on him early on in his career, if anyone is going to go ahead and tip the hat and remove the wag of the finger from J-Mo, it's going to be me. So we're going to tip our hat to Jameson Williams here at the back end of the show. You're going to want to stick around for that because I think it'll leave you feeling good heading into the weekend. Maybe not for our production on the field, going against Aaron Diddly-Doo Rodgers, who seems to every time he touches Ford Field, he does that Jameis Winston nonsense, just goes absolutely bananas. So that is not something that we're going to focus on. We're just going to focus on a little bit of the uplifting spirit of Jameson Williams. Guys, if you could, do me a favor, do all the things. Press all the buttons, ring all the bells. Check out the poll in the question or in the chat. Schadenfreude Friday. 33% of you say, yes, sir. 25% of you say, the integrity of the game. And 42% of you, and this is, I think, the camp that I am in. I think I'm in a little bit of A and C. But C, F the Rams and F the Sea Chickens, 42% of you. And I think we're going to go ahead and put my vote behind that one. If I could vote in this, I would vote that one right there. So do all the things, buttons, bells, subscribe. Just let me know, guys. If you get a chance, let me know. The like button seems to no longer spin in the football for me, and I was checking it out on one of my other channels. I don't think I can get hypes anymore. I think YouTube took the hypes away from me, dude. I couldn't go back and hype any of my videos this week. So I don't know what's going on there, but some things and some stuff and some stuff and some things. Like, comment, share, do all that stuff. And okay, let's go into the show.
If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well, then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
All right, guys. Hey, Mad Hatter Nation, we're trying a little bit different. I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you. I am just trying to put the chats towards the back end of the show a little bit more, just because I have this bad habit of getting like way too chat and beard, and we had having to bail on some segments. Sorry, had to hit the old Benjamin during the opening. Might have hit it too hard. Shit. All right, so here we go. Rams Seahawks on Thursday Night Football. What we learned. Fuck me. From Seattle's 38-37 overtime win. Here we go. Let's go. I do say all that about the chat, though. I want to shout out Rick C. I seen you in the chat, brother. Absolutely no reason for you to be watching football, dude. You got a lot on your plate, brother, and we're hoping that God is good and we get great news from your camp, dude. Hopefully things keep turning around for you, brother. Doing the Lord's work, my man. Seahawks stun the Rams by pushing them into the NFC command. Well, what it should say is refs stun Rams by turncoating on them and stabbing them in the back, not letting them walk their way to another Super Bowl. The most hyped Thursday game of the season turned into an all-time overtime classic, with the Sea Chickens coming from a 16-point deficit in the final 9 minutes of the regulation and scoring their third 2-point play of the night to shock the Rams. Sam Darnold threw 2 second-half picks. Yes, he did. And the Sea Chickens were down to a 3% chance to win, per next-gen stats. But Rashid Shaheed's punt return touchdown. You mean a guy that was acquired at the trade deadline to make your team better was able to produce when the moment was hottest to push your team into the number 1 seed in the NFC? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh. If only a certain general manager in the 313 could take a little bit of page out of that playbook right there. Maybe acquire some assets to push through the hump of the back end. Number 2, the Rams' collapse was hard to believe. The Rams controlled the Sea Chickens for most of their short week game without Devontae Adams taking a 16-point lead into the fourth quarter and appearing to lock up control of the NFC. Alas, Matty Stafford and the Rams offense went cold in the fourth quarter. The special teams fell apart and the defense allowed the game-tying touchdown in regulation and the game-winning touchdown in overtime. Both capped at 2-pointers for a total of 3 in the game. The one will be hard for Sean McVay to get over. He came out aggressively, lining up to go for it on 4th down 5 times early in the game. Hang on. Let's go ahead and open up the chatterbox. What does the chatterbox say? Stop going for it on 4th down. Take the points, stop going for it on 4th. What was that, chatterbox? What was that? Stop going for it on 4th down. Stop going for it. Hey, Sean McVay. You want to listen to what people were saying about Dan Campbell for a long time? So now we need to start the whole national conversation about Sean McVay went for it too many times on 4th down and he's too aggressive. How come when Sean McVay does it, it's not an Achilles heel? But when Dan Campbell does it, well, he's just a stupid fucking meathead. He doesn't know any better. He's just dumb kneecaps Dan Campbell. He's just Guns Mahoney out there. But when Sean McVay does it, oh, what a brilliant genius of a man. He's aggressive. He's changed. He's so brilliant. He's young and brilliant and thinning. His hairline's receding and the front of his hair's thinning out. And he's so brilliant and so young. He's so fresh and so face. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah. When Sean McVay does it, it's okay, but when Dan Campbell does it, it's wrong. Make that make sense, motherfucker. Seahawks 2-point plays were the difference. Really? Wow. You mean to tell... This right there. This is this like... top-end journalism that y'all went to college for. This is our better thens telling us just, did you guys know? Imagine this. I know this is, excuse me while I pick up my mind because it's been fucking blown. Did you know that if you convert 2-point conversions, it could be the difference between winning and losing? Wow. Go figure. Top-notch journalism. I'm not even going to waste my time reading it. That's terrible. Rams' red zone failures and special teams meltdown cost them. That's what cost them, huh? Now, if we were to flip this to Lions' red zone failure, special teams meltdowns cost them, this wouldn't be the headline. Number 4, if this were the Lions, and I know I'm over here putting shoes on other feet constantly, but if this was the Detroit Lions, this would not be the headline. It would not be red zone failures and special teams meltdowns. That whole segment would be about where the hell did he go? Where is he? Where's that little bastard at? Where's that greasy little bastard at? Sean McVay, and lining up and going for it 4 out of 5 times. That's what would have been number 4 here if it were the Lions. But since Sean McVay, just like Matt Stafford, right? Matt Stafford, we've talked about it. Matt Stafford didn't know how to throw a football until he went to L.A. He spent umpteen years in Detroit, and apparently the majority of that time, Dominic Raiola or Frank Ragnow were just snapping the ball directly into Matt Stafford's asshole, and then he was just like shitting the ball down the field. But once he got to L.A. and was able to connect with the brilliant, so fresh, so face, so big-brained Sean McVay, well, now everything is good. When L.A. does it, it's okay. When the rest of you do it, you're dumb, dirty, and dumb. No West Coast biases there at all. Darnold, Walker came through in the clutch. It was shaping up to be another tough night for Sam Darnold, who threw 4 picks and a loss to the Rams earlier in the season and had 2 or more in the second half, putting the Seabags down by 16 points. But Darnold picked himself off the mat and threw for 144 yards, 2 touchdowns, and three 2-point conversions in the fourth quarter and OT to lead the improbable comeback and give Darnold one of his signature victories. Yes, good on Sam Darnold. Yes, Sam Darnold. So good, so great, so Sam, and so Darnold. Do not care. Wish that neither one of these teams were in the playoff atmosphere. Don't like talking about either one of them. Just real quickly, guys, so we want to just shout out Puka Nacua, ripping the refs for the second time this week in a sour post following an overtime loss. LA Rams star Puka Nacua once again went off after NFL officiating as he posted critical remarks on social media following the team's overtime loss to the Seattle Sea Chickens. He quickly deleted the account or the post from X because, he's a pussy. Can you say I was wrong? The post read. Appreciate you, Stripes, for your contributions. LOL. What does that mean? Well, he made critical comments towards officials, calling them the worst on a live stream with Aiden Ross. He was also accused of anti-Semitism for a gesture he made during the stream. Quote, "The refs are the worst," Nacua said. "These guys want to be. These guys are lawyers. They want to be on TV too. You think you don't think he's texting his friends in a group chat like, 'Yo, you guys saw me on Sunday Night Football? That wasn't PI, but I called it.'" I mean, you might say that it's a little out there of a statement, but personally, I think Puka Nacua has actually just shed some light on a situation that none of us were thinking about. And that is the egotistical human nature of the referees. We like to think of them as automatons. They have no fandoms. They have no friends. They're not really even people. It is just a body, a rule book with legs and a little white hat. Right? They're supposed to be, like I say, automatons. But Puka Nacua is shedding a little bit of light. Hey, you know what? These are people. They are people. And you don't think that these guys are going to be like, "Yo, dude, you saw me last night on Sunday Night Football? Yeah, you don't think that was a PI? Doesn't matter, bitch. I called it a PI. And I'm the referee. What I says goes." You know what I'm saying, dude? Like, it totally makes sense. It's a simple answer to a complex question, but I don't think he's wrong. I really don't think he's wrong. And I do think that he should have kept this post up. I really, really do. Look, he flat out said, where the hell did it go? He flat out said, "Can you say I was wrong? Appreciate you, Stripes, for your contribution." First of all, he's not wrong. And secondly, brother, if you're going to be that guy, all right, you're going to be one of the faces of the NFL, right? One of the top dogs at your position, one of the top dogs in the NFL, one of the faces, right? And you're going to take swings like this, dude. First of all, you're going to get a lot of support from people like me because I'm going to go, hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Do that. It's a lot more powerful, impactful, having a guy like Puka Nacua calling out the refs than Isaac Tisla, right? There's a vast difference in the respectability amongst the league, right? The name recognition, the clout, the weight behind the name, right? So if you're going to do this and you're going to be, look, dude, you kind of wade into this water. I'm not going to lie. Kind of trying to be a little bit maybe like a people's champ out here, dude, trying to build a lot of fandom around you. I'm over here going, hell yeah, brother. I can't stand the Rams, but hell yeah, brother. You know what I'm saying? For you to go out and take these swings, and I understand this post is probably made out of frustration, but dude, be about your business. If you're going to say it, stand on business, 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? Be a big man, dude. Be a big man and stand up to him. Be a righteous man in a sea of vile a den of vipers. You know what I'm saying? Clearly you sees what's going on. So fucking say something. If you see something, say something. You know what I'm saying? Loose lips sink ships. But the NFL might be a little rotten of a boat. You know what I'm saying? It might be time to bail on that ship. I've constantly been saying, and we're going to keep talking and beating that drum, NFL reformation needs to be what has to happen. There needs to be a little bit of tweaking to the NFL. All right, guys, before we head into the local aspect news of the show, go ahead and like the show, subscribe down below, comment, do all the things. How you doing, Jody? What's up? We're going to quickly skim through Mad Hatter Nation, dude. Just real quick here. Man, you guys are blowing up the chat. I love it. It was rigged. Heck yeah. What's up, Motown? Good morning. What's up, Rick? Too busy for football last night? That's right, dude. And I'm glad. Hopefully things are going well for you. The Sea Chickens took it away at the last minute. Yeah, you get fair. I'm a Rams fan after last night. I'm going to be rooting for them so hard to lose every game as long as they're in LA. Keep up the losing. Damn, dude. So Motown, you don't like LA, huh? I thought it was kind of dirty when they bailed on St. Louis, which I do kind of like the whole St. Louis Battlehawks obnoxious fandom because they're just like, we love football. And since the Panthers are no longer in Michigan, I think I'm going to become a St. Louis Battlehawks fan, guys. Stick around for UFL coverage or, notes on it throughout the season. Brandy Puka Nacua, I love that, dude. What's up, Steven? How you doing? I was about to thank you for watching your language by calling them poop, but then you quoted Gunny from Full Metal Jacket. That's fair, Steve. That's fair. Dude, I try. I really, really do try. And since going back to church, since Charlie Kirk died, I've actually really tried to temper my language. But I am not good with the editing. I probably shouldn't be broadcasting at 10 in the morning. Probably should have this be a after 8 o'clock, after 9 o'clock show because of the language that I tend to use, and I mean at night. But you know what? We're here, and this is the best we can do. All the commentators are professional gaslighters. Yes, American, you noticed that? That was very evident Sunday in the Rams game. They just turn on a dime. It is just such Mockingbird, Operation Mockingbird, that literally you can hear them be like, I don't know about that. And then the programming runs across their face. No, it was a catch. And they go, oh, that was clearly a catch. You're stupid if you thought it wasn't a catch. If you didn't think that was a catch, you don't know ball. I have a tie. I wear makeup. The lighting is perfect for me. And I have a microphone. Trust me. I am the expert. You know what I'm saying, dude? IDF entered the chat. What's up, Trippy? How you doing, bro? How you doing, man? It's kind of what we see out of Patrick Mahomes, Chris Collins. Dude, you know what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes. That and just, dude, the glazing of him. You guys know me. Collinsworth needs to go, dude. Are you doing explanation of what you're talking about? Holy cow, what a rant. Yeah, dude. I got a little out there in the weeds, bro. Keep up. Thank you, Mr. Detroit City. Appreciate it, bro. Do you think that the refs are setting up AI to take over American Boxer? I don't know if I do kind of start to think that because it's just such bad officiating that like maybe they're just like, fuck it, dude. Fuck it. Let the clankers take over, dude. You know what I'm saying? Refs brought out by big tech AI refs are on deck. Exactly, dude. That's what I'm saying, bro. That next thing you're gonna have NFL officiating brought to you by Palantir. You know, she'll tell us about the Egyptian planes that the refs take to games, about Goodell, sports commission ties. Now gambling is basically legal. Yes, dude, that's awesome, bro. JMO would be my number one Lions player to meet. Hell yeah, Rick, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna try to not become AOC. I do get hypes. All right, cool. Thanks, Mr. Detroit City. Every time I did it, it'd scroll over and it kept saying YouTube music. And I'm like, why does it keep saying YouTube music? Is it because I sing so well with my golden pipes? You know, people tell me I have the voice of a generation somewhere between Fergie and Jesus. You know what I'm saying? It won't let you hype them either. Okay, Brandy, it won't let you hype them either then. That's weird. Brent was able to hype 3 of them. Gotcha. Mr. Trey City was able to hype. Okay, so I'm not able to hype. Brandy wasn't able to hype. You know, good news. I can give you good news. I'll wait. No, dude, what's the good news? I like the way you say Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford. Well, you notice he was Matt Stafford, and then all of a sudden he became Matthew Stafford. I'm Matthew Stafford, and I have veneers. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out of here. See, a good defense keeps you in games and gives your offense a chance to win. I hope our GM is paying attention. Derek, brother, no truer words have been spoken, my guy. Matt is his middle name. I did not know. No shit. His middle name's Matt. I didn't know that. Because Sean McVay is their golden boy. Damn straight he is. It is. Oh, okay, so it's John Matthew Stafford. Gotcha. That's wild, dude. I didn't know that. I don't care about JMS. Oh, Jesus. I hope they don't start doing that. Please don't acronym Matt Stafford's name to JMS. Oh, my Lord. Gross. Gross. He doesn't like being called John or Matt. Well, then I'm going to call him John Matt. From now on, Matt Stafford's name is John Matt. What's up, Jody? Good to see you. Once you push send, it's too late. Hell yeah, dude. The internet is forever. The internet is forever, Rick, dude. Until our offense can show consistent competence, I'm not going to bash McVay and Stafford right now. That's fair. That's fair. Refs doing this when their CBA is almost expired. Yeah, we getting there. Dude, Trippy, you feeling it too, bro. Like, after we watched that Flemlo video where he shined a light on the NFL refs CBA expiring, I was like, oh, damn. Dude, they might be just, like, deliberately tanking themselves. You know? Like, they might just be like, fuck it. We don't care. I'm tired of running around on the field. Let me just stare at a tablet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, dude. But Puka, McVay, any of them, each of those individuals are executing the jobs better than ours. That's true. That's fair. Currently, it's just facts. That you're not wrong, Mr. Detroit City. You're not wrong, dude. NFL reformation. Are you saying there needs to be a Yes, Steven, I am the Martin Luther of the NFL. I'm going to go down to the NFL headquarters and nail my list of demands to their wall. Also, just for clarification, Stephen, I'm not Catholic. I go to Catholic Mass, but I'm not actually baptized in any denomination yet. I'm planning on being baptized in the Catholic faith here. We just gotta hammer out the scheduling and whatnot, and I gotta do the like classes and stuff, which I gotta schedule days off and all this nonsense. But I'm technically not Catholic. And if you really want some wild shit, I was raised in a Seventh-day Adventist home, dude. You want to talk about Reformation? Oh, damn, Derek, you went back when they were in Anaheim. That's crazy, dude. Jody, you can't hype either. You can't hype one live. No, I meant on the other videos. So if you go back like 2 or 3 days, it won't let me hype them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's weird. Surgery went great this week. All cleaned up well. Surgeon said he seems to be tracking the light, dude. That's awesome. Won't know for sure until swelling is done, but promising results. Dude, Rick, if he's tracking light, that means he can pick up on it. That means that we are in the very least trending in the right direction, dude. That is fucking awesome, dude. That's good news. Now, if only the Lions medical staff could be as clear with their information as your medical staff so we could know what the hell's going on with Kirby Joseph's knee, that'd be great, dude. That would be absolutely great. So the Lions over here, week 16 opponent, we got the Steelers, and what are they saying? So Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin said that he has a ton of respect for the Lions with how they go about their business. They're a competitive group. They are a physical group in all three phases, he said. They're aggressive, not only in play, but schematically. Got to tip my cap to Coach Dan Campbell and company for that. That's very high praise. I know we're talking about how Dan Campbell not really executing well, Mr. Detroit City. I agree with you, right? We are not executing well. We are still a physical group, right? And coming from a coach with the pedigree like Mike Tomlin, and think of him what you will, I personally think Mike Tomlin is a very successful, if not borderline, wildly successful head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? He's been through a lot of ups and a lot of downs, though when you look at the metrics, the dude just keeps on winning. For him to say, got to tip my cap to Coach Campbell and company, I personally think that is very high praise coming from a very respectable individual. So I'm going to take that as a W. Number 2, they talk about how both teams use 2 different running backs. Whoop-de-doo. Gibbs has 62 catches and Kenneth Gainwell has 57 and are big components on the pass game out the backfield. Gainwell leads Pittsburgh in receptions. That's because Aaron Rodgers doing that Drew Brees thing. As the older they get into their career, a little bit less oomph in the shoulder. And I feel like the term has a bit of a negative connotation to it. But, sometimes there's nothing wrong with being a check down merchant. You know what I'm saying? Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, both were wildly successful with that for quite a while. Tomlin, number 3, Tomlin went to Iowa's Pro Day back in 2023 before the draft and even took Lions Mike linebacker Jack Campbell out to dinner. Again, here we go. Can't say enough about their linebacker tandem. Very versatile. They play in all circumstances. Did a lot of research of Jack Campbell. We got a lot of Iowa guys in our program. Got a lot of respect for who he is as a football man and how he plays and his relationship with the game and his natural leadership skills. That was very evident going to Iowa and participating in their pro day efforts. He is certainly a natural leader, football player, and man. And it appears from the outside that those characteristics have transferred to a professional level. He's doing some of the things for the Lions that he did at the University of Iowa. Campbell currently ranks 4th in the NFL in tackles with 143, behind only Cedric Gray and Devin White and Jordan Brooks. I told you guys. I told you in the offseason, Jack Campbell is poised to have a monster year, and the sky's the limit for that man right now. Re-sign him. Number 4, Steelers tackle. Dylan Cook said he and the rest of the offensive line mates are preparing for a physical battle Sunday against Detroit's defensive front. Yeah? Okay. Well, this physical front 7, this physical front 4 that we're supposed to have with rotationary players to keep fresh that we talked about all season long, not so consistent with the pressure. Detroit is a physical front with physical linebackers. It's going to be a challenge, but we're up for it. Number 5, Tomlin acknowledged the attrition the Lions have had on defense from an injury perspective heading into Sunday's matchup, especially at safety. He mentioned DeMonte Kaze and Arthur Mollett as veteran players he knows can step in and make plays. Kaze was a Steeler from 22 to 24, and Mollett was in Pittsburgh for 2 seasons in 21 and 22. Number 6, offensively, Tomlin said one of the big things that jumps out to him is how well the Lions take care of the football, specifically mentioning quarterback Jared Goff, JG16 for MVP, and his 5 interceptions thrown this season. Goff's 1.1 interception percentage is the second lowest in the NFL this season. Turnovers will be a key area to watch Sunday. Detroit ranks number 1 in the NFL with only 8 turnovers all season. Pittsburgh ranks number 3 with 24 takeaways. Aaron Rodgers, I'm not going to read about Aaron Rodgers too much. He's expecting another fair share of battles with Lions Detroit over the years. He talked specifically about the Lions edge rusher Aiden Hutchinson, calling him a game wrecker. Okay. Think what you will about Aaron Rodgers. Multiple MVPs, Super Bowls, Super Bowl MVP. High praise. So, look, I'm kind of getting a little bit of if you're reading between the lines here, I think Pittsburgh's taking us very seriously. Aaron Rodgers says he's anything but a one-trick pony. He's got all the moves in a pass rush. Great spin move, cobra strike, speed and power. He's a talented guy. He's one of the few guys in the league you really got to know where he's at on every play. That's amazing praise. And finally, DK Metcalf said one thing that he's been talking about in the wide receiver room this week is matching Detroit's physicality on defense. It's a point of emphasis for them heading into Sunday. Yes, DK Metcalf going, we need to be physical. They're very physical. I am 6'11", and their corners are 4 foot nothing. Throw it to me, and let's have contested catches. So if you guys feeling the same vibe I am on this, that I think Pittsburgh's actually taking us seriously. He keeps hearing the same thing. Physical. Mike Tomlin, a tip of the cap to Dan Campbell and company. Aaron Rodgers giving high praise to Aiden Hutchinson, calling him, quote, a game wrecker. It's high praise coming from very well-respected, high-accolade coaches and players. Let's kick it over to A to Z Sports. We're quickly. 7 Lions who could be playing their final game at Ford Field this Sunday. Yes, there's a lot of guys, and this is our final home game of the year, right? A lot of guys whose contracts are going to be up. Alex Anzalone is one of them. I think I'm going to Tim Pool this conversation right now and just sit directly on the fence. I understand why not re-signing Alex Anzalone would be conducive to moving forward with the franchise finances into the future. Wait, that was quite a tongue twister right there. However, I do believe that considering Alex Anzalone was one of the free agents that came in with Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes and company, year one, and has been a leader on the team since year one, I personally feel that Alex Anzalone has been a foundationary piece of the rebuild for Detroit. Love it or hate the take, I do think that when you look at how the team has evolved, the linebacker rooms have developed, how the transition from Alex Anzalone to Jack Campbell with the green dot is been facilitated partially out of necessity last year, but also because of the coaching that Alex Anzalone has been able to do with the younger players. I think that if you really look at it, Alex Anzalone has been almost as impactful to the development of young players, the linebacker room specifically, as Calvin Shepard has been over his tenure here. Both of those men have grown in conjunction with one another over their tenure here in Detroit. Do we re-sign Alex Anzalone? If Alex Anzalone is going to come out here and say, I want to be paid like Derek Barnes, I got one word for you, bye. But if he's willing to take a team-friendly deal and understand that his role over the duration of this contract will slowly be diminished as we start to replace you with younger, faster, dare I say, better players like a Malcolm Rodriguez type, I do understand why it's a tough decision, right? Kind of a fan favorite. People like Alex Anzalone. I like Alex Anzalone, but it is evident to me that he has missed a step or taken a step back from where he was just a year or so ago. But it's going to come down to money. Nobody wants to see Alex Anzalone go, but the fact that the Lions are well prepared for this to happen. They have action Jack Campbell, who's on the verge of his first Pro Bowl and could even get Pro Bowl honors this year. Derek Barnes, who can play Anzalone's role, and Malcolm Rodriguez, who's ready for more. I wouldn't be surprised to see him look to get younger in the draft as well, especially if we go after that linebacker out of Texas Tech guy like David Bailey. I like that guy. Marcus Davenport. Do we really need to say anything why Marcus Davenport needs to go? Marcus Davenport. Khalif Raymond. This kind of sucks, but I understand. Very same boat as Alex Anzalone. Production's just not there. You can see a noticeable decline in the production level. Amik Robertson, same boat. I love Amik Robertson. I thought he was a sneaky play. I'm back and forth on this one. On one hand, I see how having Amik Robertson get a new deal is the way to go. He can play well enough to keep him around in a depth role. On the other hand, the Lions may look to make another round of investments into the corner position and the whole secondary this offseason. That includes free agency and the draft. Plus, they're getting Enos the Penis Rakestraw Breakstraw back, and we know they have plans for him. It feels like they will lean towards the latter. I hope that is just a bunch of smoke that you're blowing with your fans straight up my ass. Graham Glasgow, yep, happy trails to Graham Glasgow. Appreciate all you've done for the Lions in your tenure here, but it's time to pack it up and pack it in. You and Taylor Decker can go and have your retirement begin. Next is Taylor Decker. Obviously, look, it's time. It's time, Taylor Decker. It's time to hang up the cleats, brother. no shot against you. It's just you've given it all you've got, right? You're broken, you're battered, and you're taking steps back, not just season to season, but during the season. We are watching a decline in the play throughout the course of the season. And that is a natural progression of the NFL, and that is a natural progression of athletics when it comes to age. You're just going to slowly start missing a step, and these younger guys keep getting younger, faster, stronger, better as training evolves for them. So Taylor Decker, time to hang it up as well. Not playing, but Levi Onwuzurike and Josh Paschal, neither of these guys played this season, but it's hard to see the Lions giving it give it one more shot either. It sucks because hopes are high for both, but the injuries were just too much to overcome, and it's hard to see the Lions waiting around for two guys who aren't getting any younger. Yes, all of these names I agree with. If I had to pick two to re-sign, I'm re-signing Alex Anelzone and Amik the Freak Robertson. But I'm letting Davenport walk. I'm letting Raymond walk. I'm letting Glasgow walk. He might get another contract someplace else, though. I don't know if his play demands it. And Taylor Decker, going to let him walk, but with a strong encouragement to possibly retire at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? So what do you guys feel, Mad Hatter Nation? Before we get into the last article, how are we feeling, Mad Hatter Nation? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Oh, it's your first NFL game, dude. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. So is that... Derek, are you like from the LA area then, bro? Because if it was the Lions and Rams back in Anaheim, that would have been a while back, right, dude? That's wild. I was baptized on Holy Saturday at my church, but I don't call myself Methodist, partially because, holy crap, the Methodists. I go to Global Methodist Church, which is better than the Heretics. Hell yeah, Steven. There you go. Heretics at United Methodist. Gotcha, bro. Gotcha. You know what I was just watching? I was watching a video about this. Let's just look it up. This wild ass. It blew my mind, dude. And you guys down in the South probably know more about this than I do. But there is this bananas church, dude. Come on, interwebs. Here we go. Here it is. Inside America's horrific weight loss cult, this chick named Gwen Shamblin. Oh, what is the name of this church? Reverend or something like that, or Reform or something like that. It's this weird ass Son Michael, Perfect Body. Dude, it's this wild ass church that is a cult about starving yourself now, dude. It's so weird. It all spun out of this woman's weird. She started grifting in the 90s on Christians and weight loss and developed this weird weight loss Christian thing. It's very weird. It's very, very weird. And the whole time I was watching it, I was like, man, it's giving Scientology vibes. Well, this dude, Drew Binsky, ends up interviewing the son of the woman who started it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no," because he left, he got out, and he was like, "No, they very much studied Scientology and how they get their hands on everything, dude. It was very, very crazy. It was just wild as hell." Lopez should get another contract. Yes, Brent, totally agree with you on that, brother. You can't hype either, Trippy? Damn, dude, what is going on? That was the most damaged eye. Going to be a bit for the other eye, but I'm very confident. Hell yeah, dude. I've got an electric question for you. If a damaged light pole has wires hanging out but is still stuck in the ground, should I assume that it is live? Kane, yes. Always treat unless you have shut it off and locked it out and tagged it out yourself, treat every wire like it's live, just like you treat any gun like it's loaded, dude. Assume that it's active. Damaged light pole. Where's the light pole at? Are we talking parking lot, dude? So go. Do you have access to schematics, drawings? Is anything labeled? If you're in a facility or something like that, there should be some type of an asset tag, some type of a number affiliated with the pole that you should be able to look up data or at least have a reference point at the load panel that's attached to, signifying what breaker it's attached to. You're going to want to go ahead and shut that off, isolate it, get yourself a lockout, tag out, lock that fucker out, because, yeah, that damaged pole could have a break. It's a very hazardous situation. Do you know what kind of voltage you're running to that fucker, dude? Because if it's outside, we're talking probably at least 280, dude, so it's going to be a little bit higher than most. But yeah, dude, definitely treat it like it's live, bro. Definitely treat it like it's live. Yes, Derek. Shout out, Derek. Yes, always assume a downed wire is live. Yes, dude. Hell yeah. I love you guys, dude. I love you guys in Mad Hatter Nation. You guys are like, yes, always treat it like it's live. Oh, you are from Orange County, Anaheim. Gotcha, Derek. I knew that you were out there, but I for some reason I don't know, man. You give off vibes like you're from here, dude. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of assumed you're from here. Good morning, Mad Hatter Nation. So glad the Rams lost. Doing food pantry today. Go Lions. Hell yeah, Mom. You get it. I'll come over and inspect the pole. Hell yeah, Mr. Detroit City. Make sure and send it to the electrical inspector. But what are we talking? Dude, Kane, what are we talking, man? I don't want you getting hurt. Talk to me, brother. Light pole person of authority said they thought it was not live. Not buying that. Thought it's not live and not live is two entirely different thing. Puts inspector jacket on. Hell yeah. Can you tell me the location of the light pole? Are you at work? Are you at work, or is it like just outside your house? Just be careful around it, dude. Just treat it like it's live, bro. Because again, if we're talking utility distribution along like the street poles, that's an entirely different bag of shit. That I mean, the concept is still the same: isolate, shut off, replace, repair. But obviously, it's not going to be like at a load panel in someone's house. You know what I'm saying? Work, parking lot. Okay, so yeah, dude, definitely gonna want to get with your maintenance staff. They should have some documentation as to the direct load panel that's connected to. And then isolate the breaker to it, shut it off, get someone out there to, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get that light pole down off. You're going to want to cut and cap the lines, tape them, and then isolate them with some type of device over it, or just leave it isolated with the power off. As long as the power's off, then you're fine. But whatever you do, don't go up to the wires and kink it like it's a hose and think that works. So work, I say blank appears to be in good condition for a reason. Hell yeah, Steve. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, guys. So J-Mo's out here, guys. J-Mo, we're going to quickly spin through this, dude. Kane, keep talking to me, man. If you got questions, dude, I'm going to be honest, dude. Clearly there are people who know what they're talking about in the chat. I think we can talk you through this, dude. Do you want me to call your manager, tell him how to get it done? Do you want me just to call the maintenance department, handle it? Hell, you want me just to come do it? Yeah, fuck it. If you want something done right, better do it your damn self. Speaking of doing things right and doing it your damn self, Jameson Williams taking it upon himself. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. As he reaches new heights on the field, Jameson Williams continues to go above and beyond off of it. Oh, hang on. Light pole was hit by a truck. Bent down, but still on the ground. Oh, plow hit it, huh? Yeah, been there before, dude. Been there before. Yeah, so get your maintenance staff. Wait, are you a member of the maintenance staff, dude? My bad. I don't mean to be an asshole. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for just assuming. My bad. Get your maintenance team out there, whoever's the electrician. This conversation is electric? Yeah, it is, dude. It's a shockingly good conversation, dude. Hopefully we don't have any faults. Hang on. Let's get it back down to ground here, guys. We keep alternating in which direction we want to go. We need to directionally figure out what we're going to do here. Got to get going to make this article real. High voltage. Danger. Oh, my gosh. Do you guys know who Electric Six is? Danger. High voltage. When we touch. When we can. We don't have electricians. Okay. All right. So get your mate. So have your maintenance staff isolate the line, find out what it goes back to, turn it off at the breaker, and call an electrician. Is that static? Oh, dude! I didn't even... Dude, Mr. Detroit City, bro. That is funny, dude. Oh, bro. I never even thought of the Static Shock, dude. That is so perfectly timed. Not only is it funny for the joke, but also he kind of looks like Static Shock. Holy shit, bro. That is really funny. That is really funny, dude. That's awesome. Last week, J-Mo was named NFL Players Association Community MVP after hosting a winter coat drive for students at Detroit on Friday after the Lions win over the Cowboys on Thursday. The next Monday, Williams was going up and down the aisles of a local Meijer, helping kids fill their carts in Christmas shopping spree with teammates like Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs. Hell yeah. Last month, Williams hosted a free Thanksgiving turkey dinner for Detroit families after surprising fans the year prior with Kirby Joseph at a turkey drive at a local youth center immediately after the Lions' victory at Ford Field. In October, Williams showed up at the door of a longtime Lions fan who's battling cancer to bring a tailgate to his home and brought hundreds of children and their families to downtown Detroit for his first and annual Halloween trunk or treat event, with appearances by Joseph and Brian Branch. Dude, J-Mo. Oh, look at you, dude. Look at J-Mo, bro, out here giving dude. I need to do a second stream once weekly for electrical questions. Oh, bro, Steve, I wish, dude. I am not, first of all, I'm not an electrician. I know enough about electricity to really hurt myself. Man, I hope that means Tesla has a career day on deck, dude. Yes, let's go. Dude, but J-Mo, dude, come on, man. How do you not love this, bro? Showed up at the door of a longtime Lions fan who's battling cancer to bring a tailgate to his home. All this other stuff, but that right there? Bro, that's awesome, dude. That's so awesome. Quote, I have a lot of fun just being out there and seeing faces. A lot of the same kids come to a lot of the events, so I'm starting to get to know these kids a little bit. It's huge seeing them get happy and see the excitement that I bring them. That's part of the reason I keep doing it too. I just want to make kids happy and just be a light to someone who needs it. I'm here for people who struggle, for people who don't even struggle. I'm for everybody. I just want to be here for everybody and make it easier for them. A St. Louis native, the 24-year-old Williams has quickly embedded himself in his second home. He hosted J-Mo Day in Detroit this past summer, providing backpacks filled with school supplies for kids across both cities. Damn. Between his outreach, Jameson Williams Foundation, and his community involvement with the Lions, the fact that he's pacing for 1,000 receiving yards for his second straight season, Williams is building a case to be a future nominee for the NFL Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, which honors philanthropy for the field and excellence on the off the field, honors philanthropy off the field and excellence on the field. Past nominees for the Lions include DJ Reader, Jared Goff, and Frank Ragnow. Dude, that's awesome. Team's annual Shop Lions event. He brought 20 children from 5 different areas, youth organizations. Williams is coaching a couple brothers who both wanted a Nintendo system on how to put their $300 gift cards to best use. Community service with a side of financial advice. Quote, I was trying to tell them, y'all could just get that with one card and then split the other, and that would have been smart because y'all have had the game, and y'all both wanted the game, and y'all could split the game, and then split the toys and clothes too. $150 each. Look at J-Mo doing math. Look at him. Look at him, dude. That's a happy motherfucker right there. Tell me that ain't a happy ass. Look. Just a happy ass motherfucker, dude. Look at him, dude. Bro, J-Mo. Man, I'm gonna have to get me a Jameson Williams jersey, dude. I fucking like J-Mo, dude. Bro, that's so awesome. Good on him, dude. Good, dude. Good. Look at J-Mo. Bro. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. And I was kind of out on him for a little bit there, dude. I wasn't necessarily the biggest J-Mo fan, and I'm turning into a straight-up J-Mo stan at this point, y'all. Man. That's wild as hell, guys. Absolutely wild as hell. Static Shock current works in the community is amping up. The output for the rest of the season looks good. Keeps catching those balls, avoiding ground fault drops, and energizing our team. He's flowing. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, yeah, dude. Derek Harp actually had, Kane, shout out. Actually, Derek has a really, really good, that's a really good play. Call your fire department and say it's a fire hazard, dude. That's actually a really sneaky way. I'm not saying that's the best way, but low key, Derek, that is outside of the bun thinking right there, bro. Legit. That's a 4D chess move right there, dude. Yeah, call the fire department. Yeah. Fuck yeah. That's actually a fire hazard. Yeah, I mean if you got exposed wires down outside. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, MVP move right there, Derek. Shout out Derek Harp with the quickness, dude. With the fucking quickness, bro. That's what we like to see. There you go, Derek. I appreciate you, man. Boom! All your hard work, bro. I'm concerned about how the Detroit Lions defense is going to deal with Darnell Washington. American boxer. Me too. You just tell Jack Campbell to go out there and drop his sorry ass. You put the vanilla gorilla on him and you say, go stop him. He's a 3-pronged player that can line up all over. Hell yeah, he is, dude. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Just as long as he gets the proper cosign wave. You know what I'm saying? Bro. Hey, Lions fans. Or not Lions fans, but Lions players. Since I have this weird conspiracy that some of you actually watch this channel because I say things and then you guys do things. Since he got in trouble for picking your nose and flicking boogers to the moon after first downs, which I thought was hilarious, can you guys give me some type of a signal, some type of a clue, some type of an electrical clue, you know? In your post-game press conference after we beat the Steelers, just go, look, man, we realized that we had to stop alternating our current, and then we had to be a directional current team. Go ahead and if somebody says that, if somebody can say that coded line in a presser or in any type of a post-game interview, then we'll know. Because we don't know, but we know, you know? Don't test him if you gotta go reset the big game breaker. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Not trying to die today. Yeah, Kane, dude. Look, man. Look. All right, bro. This is something that I struggle with is people have a righteous fear of electricity, but they also have an ignorance towards it. Like, for example, our switchgear room at work, we have no arc flash stuff. It is used as a pass-through hallway for non-authorized personnel. There is no safety equipment at all in it. And I'm going, you guys are fucking nuts. There's 480 volts in all of these boxes. And they go, uh-huh. And I'm like, 480 volts can jump through air. It can conduct itself through the moisture in the air, find itself into the fucking eyelets of your boot and fucking kill you. And they just go, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, okay, dumbass. Okay, numbnuts. Dipshit. You know what I'm saying? Bro, it's just, yeah, fire department will get the problem fixed for sure. It's a fire hazard and many other yeah, that's, Rick, actually, you're right, dude. It's not just a fire hazard. There are cascading failures that can happen from this. So, yeah, dude, if you really want to just, like, nip it in the bud, dude, just go right ahead and fucking call the fire department. AFCI tester, I simply carry a fork. Dude, I heard this, do you guys know who the fat electrician is? He was talking on a podcast. Actually, it might have been the podcast he has with Angry Cops. But he was talking about something, and I'm like, dude, you know what? He's 100% right. He's talking about how, like, the old head electricians used to be just wild as hell, dude. And I'd never seen exactly this, but I know the type of electrician he's talking about. He's like, yeah, dude, I used to work for an electrician who wouldn't use a voltmeter. He would lick his thumb and his pinky finger, and he would touch the leads, and he'd be able to tell you what the voltage was by how hard it fucking shocked him. And I was like, dude, that is absolutely wild. Brent, all right, hell yeah. I was pretty sure the 480 would conduct itself. It can jump through air, and these fucking idiots are just like, oh, it's a hallway. And I'm like, you're going to die. You all are going to die, and all I can do is sit there and go, I told you so, just like everything else in this fucking building. I fucking told you so. I told you this was going to happen. But here's the reality is that I work with a bunch of people who the managerial department is all well into their 60s. They've been doing things a certain way for so long, and they refuse to see it a different way. And every single time I say something, and this is an actual situation. I mean, the exact circumstances is different, but for example, there's another gentleman that I work with, and I'll just call him Scooter, okay? And Scooter is also into his 60s. But Scooter has been working in various industries where he has to be up to date on technology. So I would say he's actually farther advanced as far as electrical theory, mechatronics, and understanding of like building automation than I am, whereas like I have a better understanding of robotics. There is, for example, one day I was like, hey, those $1 million overhead doors you guys just installed, you should stop running them partway up and then shutting them off. You should let them run their whole cycle, especially since they put in safety switches so that when you break the light beam, it automatically runs all the way up. So what did we do? Well, the geniuses that I work with made the installers install a disable switch on the can so they could run the door partway up and then shut it off. And I was like, hey, that machine is not designed to run half cycle like that. You need to run it all the way up, all the way down. That's how the parts are engineered. And my boss says, no, there's counterweights. It's totally fine. And I'm like, no, it's not meant to be ran like that. And he looked at me blankly, and Scooter goes, he means the doors are supposed to be all the way up or all the way down. And my boss goes, oh. Like, what I was saying didn't make any fucking sense. Like, and I told Scooter just the other day, I was like, brother, I could come in and be like, hey, numbnuts, the sky is blue. And he'd look at me and go, hat, you don't know what you're talking about. And Scooter could walk in right behind me and go, hey, the sky is blue. And my boss would be like, oh my gosh, it is? Wow, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so fucking annoying, dude. Who gets called Scooter? That's awesome, Steve. That's awesome, bro. It's like a master certified professional inspector. Awesome. We're calling the power company to disconnect the wires, which is what Brad Holmes should do with Glasgow and Davenport. Nicely done, Kane. Nicely done, brother. Nicely done, bro. Hell yeah. That's funny as shit, dude. That's funny as shit. All right, guys. Well, it is Friday, and we're going to go ahead and wrap today up. We will be live Sunday before, not before the game, but Sunday. Our normal about 10 a.m., but we will have a hard out at 11. I have a sliding schedule on Sunday. The event gets over at 5:30, so I can kind of come in whenever. So the earlier I come in, the earlier I get out. You know what I'm saying? But to get that shift premium, I got to come in after 12. But you know me, Mr. Cheap Pants. We covered the Seattle's Rams game. We talked about Puka being labeled an asshole. We went over what the Steelers are saying. We looked at 7 Lions that could potentially be playing their last game at Ford Field. And then we talked about J-Mo. Bro, that's so awesome. I'm so fucking proud of Jameson Williams and the development he showed, the maturity. Let's go, J-Mo. That's what's up, dude. Try and have yourself a good rest of the day, guys. Stay out of trouble. Kane, stay safe around those wires, please, my guy. Rick, keep fighting the good fight with them boys, dude. Keep us posted on the good news. Everybody, stay out of trouble. Have a good rest of the day. We will be off tomorrow, but back Sunday for our pregame show. Make sure you got a notification bell turned on. Hit like on your way out the door. Share it around with all your friends. I've been Hat and Beard. You've been an attentive audience. Until Sunday morning. Banga, banga. Frig off.